You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Straight, go ahead.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's the MarcWes Sports Podcast, and I'm Marcus Benjamin. He's Wesley Pierre. We give you that real sports talk from a Miami sports fan perspective, and we're going to talk about, the Dolphins, because we got to touch on the Dolphins a little bit. We got to touch on what the Canes did in the tournament, but we all know what we really got to talk about, what everybody's been talking about. The slap scene around the world was Will Smith pimp smacking Chris Rock during the Oscars earlier this week, which is crazy to me. I wasn't even watching the Oscars. I wasn't planning to watch it. Scrolling through Twitter as normal, and then one of my reporter buddies just was like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna, kind of take a night off and see what kind of tribute they did for the Godfather." Then this happened, and that's when I seen the video, and I don't think I even need to explain it. If you living under a rock, then you didn't see it. But Will Smith was with his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, at the Oscars. Chris Rock had a joke that was funny, talking about when's the new G.I. Jane coming out, because Jada now has a bald head.
She always had a bald head.
Huh?
She always had a bald head.
Well, she always had a short haircut for the most part, but now she's like really bald. So I thought it was funny. Will Smith even thought it was funny because he was laughing at the time. You know what I'm saying? But he's seen Jada's face, and we all seen that. Wes. When something go down and you see your wife's face, and I've seen it. You got to say something or do something.
Or do something.
If not, she's gonna let you have it for the rest of the night, and maybe afterwards how you didn't defend her honor or whatnot. So there's so many layers to peel back with this one, man. Like there's so many things to really so many angles to talk about. Did he really slap Chris Rock? Was it staged? Was this toxic masculinity? You know what I'm saying? Was he just defending him? And does he need to be charged for assault? All this other stuff that came up as a result of this. And when I seen it, I was shocked. I was shocked just like everybody else. I was just like, yo, did that just really happen? I had to rewatch it a couple of times, like, what happened? And then the thing that made it real for me was when he was like, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. He said that with conviction, and that kind of made it real for me. I think if he just sat down and then wasn't anything happening, then I would believe more so the staged propaganda or controversy. But I don't think it was staged, based on that. Now, at the same time, Will Smith, you're wrong. You're wrong for doing it. I think, you're wrong for just going up there and hitting Chris Rock. And then the other narrative is like, yo, if I was Chris Rock, I would have beat his ass or something like that. Yeah, all that comes into play. But when you do something like that in front of, millions of viewers, it makes it seem like, I just said, I think it was real, but it makes it seem like you're fake as a human being to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do something like that, then you're just, millions are watching. Why bring attention to yourself? What do you have to really prove? Chris Rock is obviously not going to fight you back. You know what I'm saying? You knew he wasn't going to fight you back. And I doubt if it was somebody else that you would do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, say if it was, I don't know, any
August Alsina.
Yeah. If it was John Cena, you wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
August Alsina, that's Mr. Entanglement. That's the one that cheated and smashed Jada. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you go into that. But my point is like if that was if that was John Cena or August Alsina or anybody else that you kind of feared would retaliate, you wouldn't do that. So Will Smith, I'm to this point, I love Will Smith. Will Smith, great actor. Came up rapping, from Philly, whatnot. I liked his story or whatnot. There's not a movie that he's done that I can say I don't like, to be honest. And I didn't even see the movie that he won the Oscar. And then he ends up winning the Oscar. He has this emotional speech afterwards. And that kind of made it even more fake to me. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Just I'll just let you say what you want to say on this, but that's kind of how I want to set the stage for this conversation, because I know we're going to go back and forth on this one.
Me personally, I agree with a few points that you made. First and foremost, I think I can't believe that he actually did it. One, because we're talking about Mr. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Mr. Cool Guy. He normally have all his ducks in a row as far as with his personal life and as far as his acting career, even his comedic career. You feel me? And that's one of the reasons I didn't understand why he actually did it. You feel what I'm saying? Because from my understanding, they had a good relationship. It probably went left maybe a few years ago. I seen a clip on 2016. Same thing. I think it was the Oscars, and we had Chris Rock make a joke about how the Smith family was boycotting the actual Oscars and so on and so on.
Jada says she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
Because certain people wasn't getting nominated. It's funny how he actually got nominated this time and he actually won, but that's another story. But for me, like square move, it's like the biggest guy picking on the littlest guy in the room and wanting me to actually be like, yeah, boy, yeah, man, you did what you had to do. Like, nah, you tripping. And like we alluded to earlier, like he was laughing. He was laughing when he sat right next to his wife. And I don't even know if I could call her a wife. You feel me? Because my wife ain't sleeping and having entanglements with other people. I'm sorry. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm sharing the pussy, if I'm sharing the sack, then there's no reason why I need to be defending you. One, some people going to be going ahead and saying that, they're in an open relationship. So if there was an open relationship, then this whole entanglement, it wouldn't be a story. We have the Curry family in an open relationship, but they're not here. They're not in the limelight with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith on the red table. You feel me? All we know is they're in an open relationship. But as far as you demasculating your husband on the red table for views, it made no actual sense. You feel me? Yeah, it made no actual sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're gonna go on the table. Like, imagine your wife go on of course, we know that your wife, my wife, have certain respect for themselves, so that wouldn't happen. But regardless of the fact, imagine if it was our wife, your wife, Marcus, and she go on the red table and she go ahead and say, "Oh, Marcus can't satisfy me in bed." What? And she say that to the whole world. Like, really? How am I supposed to be feeling as a man, And like I said, he normally had all his ducks in a row. She go ahead and say they personal business, not even just personal business, their bed business. They're like, what y'all doing, a bedroom business? That's a little bit too personal. Like, I don't really need to know all that. I know what 1 + 1 is 2. You got 2 kids. How did you create them? What y'all did in the bedroom. For you to go ahead and say this, that, and the other, what y'all doing in the bedroom, who y'all bringing y'all bedroom, this, that, and the other. Like, I ain't feeling it. You feel what I'm saying? And of course, look, we knew that Will felt some type of way because he was crying. He looked like he wanted to cry. I know Chris gonna find that meme. Him wanting to cry. Like, you just making him look like a square. Like, really? I always respected you, Mr. Men in Black in the Tux. You feel me? Mr. Get jiggy with it. Like, come on, man. I can't get jiggy with this shit. Nah, hell no. You feel me? So me personally, I looked at it. I think it was staged. I do really think it was staged to look. When he walked up in there, it's kind of like Chris Rock kind of leaned in to it. Like it's like he thought he was gonna give him dap or a hug for the joke or this, that, and the other. And when he smacked him, he had a strong ass jaw, because if I don't know if I'm getting smacked by somebody like twice my size, I'm probably gonna stumble. For him to not drop his papers, for him to just stand like, oh, this dude just smacked me. You know what I'm saying? It looked kind of staged. And when he smacked him, you had Will Smith, he was smiling. Even when he was walking back to his actual chair, he was smiling. It made no sense for me. You know what I'm saying? And personally, like, I seen a clip of Will Smith actually making fun of someone at what's his name, at the not the Red Table, but on Arsenio Hall's not comedy show, but late night show a few years back. You feel me? Let me see if I could go ahead and pull up my screen. You feel me? And show the rest of the world like what's really going on. Hold on one second here. You feel me? All right, so boom. Let's go ahead and press play on this video and see what's really going on.
They got rules. Like, he has a rule.
Hold up, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
The bass player, he got a rule. He got to wax his head every morning. That's a rule. He follows the rules, man. He follows the rules. Oh, these are jokes. Come on.
These are jokes?
See, you got too into the characters and got hurt.
Hey, the funny thing is this particular guy has alopecia, just like Jada. And for them to come out and say, oh, he defended him because, my wife have alopecia and this, that, and the other, it's a lie. But not just that, but when you made a similar joke years back as a comedian, what happened? Now you're going to use that as an excuse? I mean, it was a joke when you said it years back, but it's not a joke when you say it. Nah, the reason why is because you've been getting uppercuts and punches left to right because of your wife. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at you like a square. It's not, you're still the same person, but personally, how I look at you as a man, I'm looking at you like a square. Now, here go other video on why he maybe did what he did. Pay attention.
The entire basis for my self-esteem was foundationally dependent upon whether or not my woman was happy. My self-image was inexorably bound up in my woman's opinion and approval of me.
Women bring out rage in you like nothing else. So it's like, what's that about?
I have no idea. It's like,
He's just looking, there's more women on that side of the table.
Look, I mean, this is coming from your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, your whole self-esteem is based on your wife's opinion. You know what I'm saying? And that shows you small, because even if I was not with my wife, I'm going to be the same person. I don't see myself without my wife, but regardless of the fact, I'm going to be the same person. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, it's good that I'm with her, but like, my whole self-esteem, my whole well-being is based on her opinion. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what they say, Marcus, you got to love yourself before you love somebody else. So how the hell is that working? It's coming out your mouth. This is not something that we're just saying on the MarcWes Sports Podcast. We got you on video. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it made no sense. I mean, you had certain people applauding him. That's the shit that made me even more mad. Like, they didn't drag his ass out of the Oscars, arrest his ass. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, really? Like, so this is what we over here in condoning, we promoting violence on this actual show? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. You feel what I'm saying? Because if it was anybody else, you would have went to jail. You feel what I'm saying? Just the plain fact. And I give Chris Rock like a whole lot of cool points. One, he took it like a champ. Took it to the chin. He didn't fall. You know what I'm saying? He could have been like, oh, you know what they say about black people. You have all black people in one area, in one vicinity, is going to be problems. And he was like, he proved that like all black people is not going to react like Will Smith. The guy that acted a certain way all these years, but the true colors came out. You know what I'm saying? You was not able to hold your composure. You do that in front of all these people that you know don't even want you to be there. That's what you said years ago. This racist place, this, that, and the other. Like, so what you saying now? What they saying about you? I knew this N-ger, you feel me, was gonna do something like this. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say about black people. You feel me? Us, we're talking like this, but if you want to be technical, that's what some people are going to be saying. The other, you know what I mean? The Caucasians are going to be like, oh, that's what ends do. They do that. This is why we can't invite them to functions. This is why, you know, people look at them in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? And you're like Denzel. You're the elites of the elites when it comes to the actors. You know what I'm saying? For you to act like that, it make me look bad. And I ain't even you. You feel what I'm saying? But I look like you. And that's the problem. So what you think about?
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Let's just talk about the last point that you made. I was feeling like, yo, you're making us look bad. You're making black people as a whole look bad, because the Oscars in itself has a stigma to it, and they're trying to break that stigma. And that's the first thing I thought too. I was like, wow, you making black people look like we're violent, we can't control our anger, we're emotional, you know, that type of thing.
We are, to a certain extent, everybody.
Yeah, and I do give Chris Rock props for holding it together, because, and I'm gonna say it again, I don't think it was staged, because Chris Rock came off as shocked as everyone else in that room, because he was stunned for a moment, because he was trying to figure out what exactly just happened here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian. I've been telling jokes for decades. And I don't know if that's happened to him before, but it looked like this has never happened to him before in life.
Come on, man.
Especially
That's
with somebody that he knows or has a relationship with. So I still do not think that this was staged, because when you stage something, you got to have a reason. Like, what is the benefit? Because I don't see the benefit for Will Smith doing that.
Let me tell you the benefit. Let me tell you the benefit. The benefit is, like Marcus, the last few years, like I said, everybody been looking at Will a certain light. Like, you feel me? Like, you don't have no blemishes. You feel me? You do great movies. You hold yourself a certain way. Your family is a certain way, even though they're kind of weird now lately. But regardless of the fact, like, men don't look you at like men because of what she said at the red table. So you're trying to get something back. You feel me? I don't think that was to make a scene. I like just like how you showed that video with him talking about he got anger towards women or something like that. I really think this whole thing with Jada really hurt him, you know? And I think it really is like he's got this internal hurt about this whole situation. And I believe that they still trying to work out the problems, you know? And now this happens. He's laughing at the joke. She's looking at him. She's like, see, this is why I don't mess with you. So he had this built up anger and just acted out of character, you know? Like, I think that's exactly what happened. That's in my opinion. Man. I don't think it was staged. I think he just had built up anger and he just took it out on Chris Rock. Yeah, it was a bitch move to me. It's a bitch move because dude is smaller than you. And exactly,
it's something that was just makes, like I said, makes us black men look like we can't control our emotions and we're out of control. And this is coming from Will Smith, just like how you said. You're like, it's Denzel and then it's him, basically, as far as like Mount Rushmore of black actors. You know what I'm saying? And for him to act like that, it was kind of it's a stain on black men. But yeah, it was so weird how you think like, yeah, they would arrest him, security would come out, something like that. Next thing you know, he's getting an award. He's doing this to me, this fake ass apology. And yeah, crying.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me.
I was like, oh, okay, so you just trying to show us why you won the Oscar. You know, you're trying to act on a high level to show us, yeah, this is why I got this Oscar. You know what I'm saying? I just don't respect exactly what I'm saying on that many levels. Now, the whole comedy thing that you show with Arsenio. Dude was like, what, early 20s. I don't think we could like judge him for that.
Nah, you man.
I can't judge him on
When
something.
you're a celebrity, you're always in the public eye. I'm sorry. Like, because again, we're in the era right now where we're bringing stuff back. See, but my whole thing is we're in the area and in the era right now where they pull stuff back in the 80s and the 90s and crucify you with. So I could use that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. And not just that, but she just kept giving him the business. You holding poems and letters from late Tupac Shakur. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody know that Jada was supposed to be with Tupac. You feel me? This is another reason.
You seen that meme that was like, oh, if that would have happened to Tupac, Tupac would have shot him.
Probably would have. But again, another reason why you had to do this, because everybody and your mama know that Will was supposed to be with Jada. Even Jada kind of came out and said something similar around them lines. You feel me? She still say how much she loves Pac still till this day. And you married, you still got letters 30 years ago? Like Pac died in 96. What's going on over here? Like, come on, man, you still got them letters stashed up, saved up, and then not even that, you just got them. You go on the red table and you going to go ahead and produce these. You producing the evidence without the police asking you for the evidence. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, this is another reason why he had to go ahead and do that, because like everybody know Pac is one of the most masculine men, you feel me, like public figures that probably ever lived. You feel me? His name still ring bells till this day. You know what I'm saying? And they even got picture of Pac and Will Smith back in the day. And I mean, Will Smith looked like a square he looked out of place. I'm like, I don't see you in that light. He try to pose, you feel me, like somewhere around them lines like Pac, you feel me? Like, and I'm like, I just didn't see it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I see you as the pretty boy. You was the pretty boy. You was not the roughneck, like what they call it, the old school roughneck. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? And another reason why you had to do this, to bring your spirits up. You feel what I'm saying? Because if my wife, the one that look at Pac, one of the most masculine people, celebrities that live, if she was close to him and this, that, and the other, and she see him like a real masculine man, you definitely got to do something around them lines. Like you said, the memes, you feel me? If it was Pac, he would have shot him. And you see how like he's not even here and everybody know what time it is, but you had to prove this, you feel me? Because if somebody would have asked this question without you doing this never happened, people would have been like, oh, you're going to walk away. You're going to go ahead and take the politically correct route. And you're trying to show us like you're not that dude. You feel me? Like, yeah, you Will Smith. I'm the Mr. Pretty Boy, but I do got a rough side to me as well. But this just was the wrong way to actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with all of that. But let me ask you, because a lot of people were saying, oh, this is masculine toxicity, you know, and then there's a flip side that, you know, women are like, yeah, I'm glad he stood up for Jada, you know, or whatnot. But for me, it seems like, first of all, that wouldn't happen with me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, period. And if you have that type of built up anger, or you feel like you have to defend Jada in that manner, in that stage, in that environment, in that setting, then y'all probably don't need to be together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Y'all probably should just call it quits, you know what I'm saying? Because emotionally, Will ain't stable. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he's still stable enough and is still pouring his heart into his work. Obviously, he won an Oscar. So he's still doing that very well. But at the same time, if you are pushed or drive to do something like that, then, and it's because of the relationship that you are in, then it's probably not the relationship for you to be in, you know, to be honest, because I'm saying that from experience, because thankfully I'm in a happy marriage, and I see the difference, you know what I'm saying? I see the difference between a happy marriage and a not so happy marriage. And if it's, you know, 50% of what I got right now, then it probably shouldn't be, because you're going to go through trials and tribulations all the time. You're going to go through tough times. And if this situation with Jada, with her sleeping with a dude is still weighing heavy on your heart and you can't handle it, but you still telling her that it's all good, it ain't all good. It ain't all good, bro. Like, for real. So if that's the situation, then if Will is my homeboy, I'm going to tell him straight up, like, yo, she is causing you to act out of character, outside of yourself. You need to let this go and move on. And if and when he does that, he's going to feel so much better. And he's not going to have so much anger on his heart. And he's not going to embarrass himself like he did on national television.
And not just that, but at the end of the day, like, Will, you look like you could grab any type of vibe you want. You feel me? Like Jada, like, you got better ones than Jada. You feel me? You establish individual. You got Robert Kraft is getting married. You know what I'm saying? To somebody young. So I think he could do it too. But like, look what Kanye just went through with Kim, and he already found another vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find something else. It's not all in all with Jada. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are grown. You know, they're following their own path. It's cool. It's time for you to actually live. But what makes me feel some type of weight also is because, you know, we're in a time where women want to be treated 50-50, which is cool. You feel me? It should have always been like that. But why do Will Smith gotta stand up for her honor? And she's standing right there, like, because like we're in an era with the strong women movement, right? And it looks kind of sexist when a man opens the door for a girl. Oh, I can't open my own door. Oh, it's kind of sexist when someone disrespects her and I don't give her the shot to actually defend herself. You was right there, Jada. You could have picked up and said what you wanted to say. You got the red table as well. So we do know that you very vocal. Yeah, I mean, you vocal about your private life. So like, why not check somebody right then and there? I'm sorry, I'm tired of this. I have my entanglement, and it is what it is. And it's funny, like, it makes me so mad right now because if it was Will that had an affair, it's not an entanglement. That's something that she created, and it made it a meme and made it sound nice. You feel me? You cheated on your husband, and you said it on national television. You feel me? Even more disrespectful. And nobody is dragging your hair and your name in the mud. You're supposed to get treated like a man that actually get that cheats on his wife. This is what it's supposed to be. See, this is another reason why life is not fair. It's one-sided. Women want to be 50-50, but you don't want to do the work. You want to get treated exactly like a man, which is cool. You should. But you don't want everything that comes with being a man. You know what I'm saying? And like, not saying that women can't defend themselves, but like, why nobody is checking Will and saying, oh, you're horrible. She was right there. She could have defended herself. You made her look small, like she's not a strong woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, why nobody saying nothing about that? Why nobody saying, dragging her name about the affair? It's about Will. He lose regardless. Your girls got conquered by another dude, and Will is the bad guy. You feel me? Like,
on all levels.
So for me, they just need to go ahead and call it quits. I mean, I know y'all been together for a long time, but a lot of people been together a long time. And sometimes, the value of good health is actually getting rid of toxic people. You know what I'm saying? And if this is toxic, your name had no blemishes. You know what I'm saying? And definitely this is going to be one of the major blemishes. This didn't happen in a regular club. This didn't happen in the streets. This happened at the Oscars. Yo, like ESPN, Sports Center, Shannon Sharp and Skip, everybody talking about it. This is sports and we talk about it.
Right.
Toxic relationships. Will, you got to get jiggy with something else.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one more point I wanted to say is that these is jokes, man. Yo, these is jokes. He is literally on stage making jokes. Like every award show known to man usually has a comedian who is making fun, or not even on an award show or any comedy stage ever. You don't want to sit in the front row because likely you're going to be made fun of. and then you want to get mad and be sensitive because somebody made a joke and you in the front row. Like, come on, man. Like, not only Jada had an opportunity to defend herself if she felt some kind of way about it, but at the same time, like, why are you being, I mean, I understand alopecia is a condition that, you know, can hurt your soul or your being, because, you know, you have your hair and you don't have it. My little niece, bless her soul, has alopecia, you know what I'm saying? But she, you know, is still dealing with it like a champ, you know what I'm saying? And what I don't understand is that why are you taking it to heart to that level? I mean, I understand the condition and I feel for you for the conditioning, but you got to understand that Chris Rock is there to do a job, and reportedly he didn't even know that she had alopecia. So now if he did know, maybe that's a different story, but
it didn't look like he knew.
So it didn't look like he knew. I don't think if he knew, I don't think he makes that joke. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny, and we already pointed out that Will Smith laughed in the moment about it. So I don't know if that was me. I know that, and I know who Chris Rock is. Chris Rock, on all these shows, what does he do? Make fun of people who's in the front row or people he sees. And that's every comedian ever, pretty much, known to man. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna be here in 2 weeks.
I might go.
You probably have a skit behind this.
Like, yeah, I just don't understand, like, why it was such an uproar when you know this is what he does. This is what he does. You know what I'm saying? You mad because he's doing his job, so to speak. So he's supposed to respect you because what? Because you're Will Smith, because you're Jada. You know what I'm saying? You and just like Wes said, you putting the business out there. He could have joked even harder, to be honest. He could have joked and said something about a threesome or something like that. He could have said something to that effect. And that would have warranted more of that reaction. That reaction is uncalled for regardless. But for him to make a joke about a movie, G.I. Jane, at the Oscars, sees Jada, and it was kind of a light joke. It was like, oh, when's G.I. Jane Part 2 is coming out? You know, like when he first said it, I was like, is that for real? You know, because I was thinking, like, is that for real? Is she going to be the G.I. Jane number 2? Because she's an actress. I mean, it could happen. You know, why not? That's the first thing that came to me. But like, I don't know. I feel like the whole joke was taken a little too seriously, in my opinion.
Look, man, I mean, presidents get joked on. Every president, they have like this little gathering where everybody meets up and eats and certain like things like that. And they got a comedian and they get roasted. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they take it like a champ. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, but I just feel weirded out that you giving Chris Rock that energy, because you got August Alsina, the guy that actually smashed your wife in your house. You feel me? Like, Will welcomed him. It's not like this guy you didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like this guy was welcome. Like, it's like I have somebody that's dealing. And the crazy thing is, nobody's speaking on how Jada should be charged with rape, because this dude had a mental illness. The guy that slept with her, he had a mental illness, and he confided in the Smith family to bring him out of that mental state. And she took advantage of that situation.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that.
He took advantage. I mean, he's older. It's not like he's like 15, but he's older. He was of age, but he was not in the right mental state to be making those actual decisions. He actually confided in you, you know, to help him get better, and you took advantage of that situation. If it was anybody else, like, look, R. Kelly took advantage of the situation. You feel me? Harvey Weinstein took advantage of the situation. Bill Cosby took advantage of the situation. You feel me? But again, when it comes to men, it's rape. When it comes to women or Jada Pinkett, it's entanglement. Oh, she slept with this dude, but he had a mental issue at that particular time. So for me, like, Will, Give Jada that energy. Will, give August Alsina that energy. He even came with the song Entanglement. You feel me? Like, come on, man. He made a song about it. And in that song, he detailed everything he did to your wife.
Wow.
Really? And you mad at Chris Rock?
Right.
You tripping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, tripping hard. Duck of the week, duck of the month. You know what I'm saying? Duck of the year. You know, Will Smith, unfortunately, that was the wrong move. You is not the Fresh Prince anymore. But anyway.